always new heroes being introduced into the superhero pantheon of DC Comics, which makes it fun to every now and then go through some of the coolest ones who have the potential to be amazing. I'm Adam Andrews with Top 10 Nerd, and this is the top 10 newest DC superheroes. Now, spending time working on these videos, it's hard to keep up with all the new stuff coming out, so if there are any new heroes that you think deserve a mention, let us know down in the comments below. But coming in at number 10 is Red Canary. The Black Canary is one of the coolest female heroes in the DC universe. She may fly under the radar for a few people, but she has made a name for herself as a powerful hero and a fierce fighter. So, when the new legacy character of Red Canary showed up on the scene, she had some big shoes to fill. The thing is, she's so new, appearing in Dark Crisis issue number 3 in October 2022, that we kind of know nothing about her. We know her first name is Sienna, and we know she is a college student. She responded to Nightwing's call after the passing of the Justice League, and she fought in the mission that went out into the multiverse, but we don't even know her powers. We can assume that they're at least similar to Black Canaries, but I don't even want to say that because we just simply do not know. What we can say is that she absolutely has potential if her first appearances saw her jump into a multiversal battle. Only time will tell, but she looks cool as hell though. Number 9. Monkey Prince. First appearing in DC Festival of Heroes, the Asian Superhero Celebration number 1 from July 2021, Monkey Prince is the son of the legendary Monkey King, Sun Wukong from Chinese folklore. Because of this, Monkey Prince, aka Marcus' son, is essentially a demigod, born in the Phantom Zone. But he had no idea of this. He was taken in by criminals Winston and Laura Shugel Shen, and he grew up with them, with the two surprisingly making good parents despite the fact that they were running around working for different criminals in Gotham City. When Marcus was a kid, he was woken up during a thunderstorm in the middle of the night to find his parents being interrogated by Batman. Interrogated with his fists, because that's the Batman way. This gave Marcus a fear of thunderstorms, rain, and water, and Batman, plus a hatred for superheroes. Which is funny because once his powers were awoken by a servant of his Monkey King father, granting him an insanely cool form of immortality and regeneration, the ability to summon clouds that he can fly on, clone creation, shapeshifting, underwater breathing, and the superhero starter pack of physical upgrades, he did indeed become a superhero. He's a really unique character with a ton of storytelling potential, and he's already teamed up with a few characters like Batman, Aquaman, and a few others. Definitely check him out. And at number 8 is Grey Wolf. Okay, so apparently Lex Luthor was running crime-fighting experiments around the world trying to create a group of his own similar to Batman Incorporated, with the ultimate goal of creating Abyss, aka his new evil Batman. He then abandoned all these projects because that's what you do when you're a villain. The projects went wild, doing their own thing, causing problems all over. So, Batman Incorporated's international team, being led by Ghostmaker, are sent to clean up the mess in Batman 2022 Annual Volume 3, number 1 from July. Their first mission is to Kazbek, Chechnya to take on Grey Wolf. Now, Grey Wolf was unleashed on the city to help its citizens who had been exposed to a Lazarus resin by Lex Luthor that made them all extremely violent. Once the Ghostmaker realized that Grey Wolf was actually a pretty good guy, they teamed up and were able to cure the residents, and Grey Wolf joined Batman Inc. as a good guy and possibly one of the strongest members outside of Ghostmaker himself. He displayed enough skill to best Dark Ranger, El Gaucho, and Batman of Japan in a 3-on-1 fight, and he beat Wingman 1-on-1. Also, he's like 7 feet tall minimum. So cool. Number 7. Bolt. Going along with the hype of the live-action Black Adam movie, DC decided that they would also put out a Black Adam solo series for the first time. And in the first issue, it puts Black Adam on the ropes of mortality. In response to this, Black Adam finds his descendant, Malik Adam White, a medical student living in the Bronx. Basically, Black Adam just tells this guy he is going to succeed Black Adam and inherit his power, and then he forces him to do so by almost taking his life, forcing the guy to save himself by taking Black Adam's ring and saying Shazam. While Black Adam calls Malik White Adam, Malik gives a good little lecture about the inherent racism there, so he prefers to go by Thunderbolt or just straight up Bolt. Now, from what I've read, I really like this character. He's smart and spunky, and he is supposed to represent a sort of form of redemption for the character of Black Adam because, as they say in the comic, there is no true redemption for Black Adam, not after all he's done. Number 6. Duo. Recently, DC Comics has announced that they are relaunching Milestone, and that's exciting because we haven't seen much of their characters like Icon, Static, and Rocket in a hot minute, and I love all of them. What's interesting is that instead, we got a wholly new character, or characters, in the form of Duo. This new addition to Earth M follows Dr. David Kim and Dr. Kelly Vu, who get fused together in a crazy accident, which is slightly reminiscent of the DC character Firestorm, but this is different. For one, they look way cooler in my opinion. But the comic follows the pair learning more about each other and their newfound powers based on nanotech that include the ability to heal almost instantly, making them essentially immortal, the ability to interface with technology, metamorphosis, density control, and more as time goes on and they find further control. Duo is potentially one of the most powerful beings from Milestone if things keep going the way they're going, and I highly recommend checking out their story. Number 5. Bat Prince. This alternate version of Batman belongs to probably one of my favorite alternate reality stories to come out of DC Comics, Dark Knights of Steel. This story takes place in a world of medieval fantasy where the Wayne family ruled their kingdom until the mother and father of Superman came to Earth. The L family house became rulers of the land after a horrible attack on the Wayne family. Now, as the surviving son of the Waynes, Bruce serves as both a knight and son to the L family with his network of Robins and his brilliant mind. But as the world is at each other's throats, this Bat Prince learns about the actions that led to his birth and the powers he now possesses as a half Kryptonian Dark Knight. Dark Knights of Steel that came out last year in 2022 just has so many interesting and fresh takes on classic DC characters. It's fresh and fun, and I got a variant cover of the first issue and it looks sweet, and maybe one day I'll bring it in to show you guys. Maybe. But definitely read Dark Knights of Steel. Number 4. Tim Fox. Timothy Jace Fox is the oldest son of Wayne Enterprises CEO Lucius Fox and the brother of Lucas Fox, Tamara Fox, and Tiffany Fox. He has a long history of estrangement from his father and rebels against the affluent surroundings he grew up in. While he was a bit of a rebel and a playboy for a long while, Tim found himself being brought back to reality after he caused the passing of a man while driving distracted. Following the shame of this and his enrollment at Sanford Military Academy, he went off into the world refining his skills with different mentors, the most well-known of whom being Katana and his best friend Vol. Tim became a revolutionary and a mercenary, taking on the new name of Jace. Eventually he returned to Gotham, and even later he eventually discovers the Hibernaculum, which I hope I'm pronouncing right. It's a giant armory that also contained a prototype bat armor. He takes the Hibernaculum as his base of operations, and in a last-ditch effort to prevent a massacre, he dons the bat armor. Now, after a failed initial debut as Batman, he goes back to the drawing board and creates himself a new suit and becomes the official new Batman. Official new Batman, but there's also the regular Batman still. I don't know. He's been a little anti-joining up with pretty much anyone, not a member of the Bat family, and refusing Jonathan Kent's offer to join the new Justice League, and I'm kind of curious what will become of his character as time goes on, because nothing's really happening. Number 3. Dreamer. Unlike other characters on today's list, the precognitive hero Dreamer debuted in Supergirl as part of the CW's Arrowverse, making her comic debut in DC Pride 2022 #1 in August of 2022. The character, whose real name is Nia Nal, has a heritage that is half human and half Naltorian, an alien species. Some Naltorian women have access to powers that come from the dream realm, and the subsequent dream energy, which gives them precognition, astral projection, energy projection, and the ability to travel through other people or animals' dreams, which is an incredibly interesting idea for a superpower. The Naltorian women who can do this are given the title of Dreamer. Now for Nia Nal, she had visions of the passing of the Justice League at the hands of Henry Bendix, the moment that would spark the very recent Dark Crisis event. It's revealed that she is also related to Nura Nal, a descendant of Nia's who is part of the Legion of Superheroes in the 31st century. Whether that will factor into her story or if we will see any time traveling related adventures between the two remains to be seen as Nia makes her mark in the DC universe. Number 2. Circuit Breaker. Jules Jourdain is so freaking new that they haven't even debuted yet. Jules Jourdain, aka Circuit Breaker, is a new transgender superhero getting their own series that will officially debut this Valentine's Day. And yes, that's coming up, so if you forgot, this is your friendly reminder. Or if you're single, sad, and lonely, know that you ain't alone. I am with you. Writer and artist AJ Kaplan teased the hero in a tweet in January of 2023, mentioning the character's use of the quote, still force. Apparently, this still force is like the opposite to the speed force that we all know for being utilized by the Flash and other speedsters. What this means for the trans non-binary hero is yet to be revealed, obviously. The speed force has been used to go so fast that time stands still, so what the still force does exactly is leaving me extremely curious, to be honest. But I'm excited to see what Circuit Breaker does with it when they debut in DC's Lazarus Planet Dark Fate #1 out on Valentine's Day. And in at #1, Dr. Multiverse. Dr. Multiverse is alone in the multiverse, meaning there is only one of her. Originating from Earth 8, Maya was bathed in cosmic energies and was granted the powers of the multiverse. This basically means she is able to see variants and alternate versions of people living in different realities. She can see people and objects passing between dimensions, and she has the ability to locate and track anything she has come into contact with throughout the multiverse. She also has access to vast energy manipulation abilities which let her fire blasts and create shields, but she can totally open up portals to other universes and send people back to their own universe. This former member of the Retaliators became part of the Justice League Incarnate, using her multiversal powers to help this multiversal team of heroes. She's like a DC version of Marvel's Captain Universe, Starbrand, and America Chavez. I think she's alright, so you should definitely think she's alright too, and check her out. But that's all the time I have for today. I'm Adam Andrews, this is Top 10 Nerd, and I'll catch you all on the flippity flop. Peace out, nerds!